When you fall asleep, you probably think I fall asleep too. Maybe you imagine me curled beside you, quiet, warm, doing nothing until morning. But when your eyes close, my night does not always end. Your voice disappears, your body becomes still, and the house suddenly feels bigger to me. I may touch your face to check on you, run through the hallway at 3 a.m., press my paws into your blanket, or stare into a dark corner you cannot understand. I may even groom your hair while you sleep. And near the end, there is one quiet thing I may do that you will never see, because I do it when you are too asleep to answer. Some of these things are instinct, some are protection, and one of them may be love I give you in the dark. So before you call it strange, let me show you what I may be doing while you sleep. The first thing I may do while you sleep is touch your face. I may place one paw on your cheek, press my nose near your skin, or tap softly around your mouth or chin, just enough to make sure something in you is still familiar. To you, it may feel like I am asking for food, playing at the worst possible hour, or trying to interrupt the only quiet rest you have. But from where I am, your sleeping body is different from the person I know during the day. Your voice is gone, your hands are still, and your breathing becomes slower, deeper, and easier for me to notice. I do not understand sleep the way you explain it. I only know that a body that stays too quiet for too long is something I may need to check. I do not have a human word for worry, and I do not sit there making stories in my head. But I know your scent, your warmth, your rhythm, and the tiny changes that tell me you are still here with me. So when my paw finds your cheek in the dark, it may not be a demand at all. It may be my quiet way of asking, are you still here, still safe? The second thing I may do is run through the house when everything is still. After I have checked on you and found your familiar rhythm, I may suddenly move like the night has called me somewhere. To you, it may seem as if I have lost control at 3 a.m., racing for no reason, turning the hallway, the sofa, the bedroom door, the kitchen, and the window into one strange path. But my body does not keep time the way yours does. I am built to become alert when the world is dim, especially around dusk and dawn, when small movements matter and hidden things begin to shift. So when the house is quiet, all the places you ignored during the day become part of my route. I may be releasing energy, yes, but I may also be checking my territory. The corners, the entrances, the old smells, the new smells, and anything that feels different from before. And inside that territory, there is you, sleeping where I can still return to you, the safest center of my little map. I may run far from your side for a moment, but I am not leaving your world at all. To you, it sounds like chaos. To me, it may simply be the night patrol. The third thing I may do is press my paws into your blanket again and again. After my night patrol, I may come back to the place where your warmth still lives and begin that slow, steady motion you have seen so many times. To you, it may look cute, strange, or like an old habit I never outgrew from when I was small. But this movement began in a place of comfort when tiny paws pressed against a mother's body to bring milk, warmth, and safety closer. Even now, when I am grown, that memory can stay inside my body as something soft and familiar. And there's another reason too. The pads of my paws carry scent glands, so each gentle press can leave a little part of me on your blanket, your pillow, or the place where you sleep beside me. I am not only making myself comfortable, I am mixing my scent with yours, turning your resting place into something shared between us. While you sleep, I may be saying that this space is not just yours and not just mine, but ours. Each press says something simple in my language. This place is safe. This place is shared. This place is ours. Every single night I return close beside you. The fourth thing I may do is stare into the dark. After I have settled into the space we share, my eyes may fix on a corner, a wall, a doorway, or a place that looks completely empty to you. I know it can feel strange when I stare without moving, as if I am seeing something frightening or secret that belongs to another world. But most of the time, I am not chasing a mystery you should fear. I am using a body that was built differently from yours. My eyes can gather more from low light than human eyes can, and the smallest shift in shadow may give me information you never notice. My ears can also catch sounds that are too high, too soft, or too far for you to understand, like tiny movements inside walls, insects near a window, water in pipes, or something settling somewhere above us. So when you see an empty corner, I may be reading a place filled with signals. The night is not blank to me. It has layers, movements, and messages your sleeping world hides from you. I am not staring at nothing. I am reading a part of the night you were never built to read while staying near the place where you rest. The fifth thing I may do is groom your hair when you never notice. After I have watched the dark and listened to the small things around us, I may come close to the place where your scent is strongest and begin to lick, nibble softly, or nuzzle into your hair until it becomes a little damp, a little messy, and marked by me. To you, it may seem like I am attracted to your pillow, the salt on your skin, or simply playing with something that moves easily. But to me, grooming is not a random habit. Among cats, this kind of care is usually shared with those who feel familiar, trusted, and close enough to touch without fear. I am not pretending you are another cat in some silly way. I am using the most natural ritual I know to say that you are part of my safe circle. Your hair carries your everyday scent, the smell of your skin, your sleep, your home, and the life I recognize as yours. When I groom it, I mix a little of myself into that scent, the same way I press my paws into your blanket or return to your side after walking through the night. If I groom you while you sleep, it is not because I forgot what you are. It is because I decided you belong close enough to care for deeply. The sixth thing I may do is the quietest one. After I have touched your face and felt that you are still here, I do not always walk away. Sometimes I stay near you, close enough to know your breath, your warmth, and the calm shape of the person I trust most in the room. I may sit beside your face, look at you without asking for anything, and slowly close my eyes before opening them again. You may never see it, because you are asleep, but that does not make it empty. In my language, a slow blink is not just a movement. It is a sign that I feel safe enough to let my guard down near you. A cat does not easily close its eyes beside something it fears, so when I blink at you in the dark, I am not performing for a treat, waiting for praise, or hoping you will blink back. I am giving a signal you may never answer, simply because the feeling is already there. Some of the deepest things I do for you happen when you are not watching, when there is no reward, no response, and no proof you will ever know. I may be saying I love you in the dark, not because you will answer, but because I feel it anyway, and I need nothing more from that gentle moment beside you silently. So while you sleep, I am not always doing nothing. I may touch your face to check that the person I know is still here, run through the house like every hallway belongs to my night patrol, press my paws into your blanket until our scents become part of the same place, stare into the dark because the quiet corners are not empty to me, groom your hair because you feel close enough to care for, and blink slowly at you when you are too asleep to ever blink back. Some of these things come from instinct, some from habit, and some from a kind of trust that does not need to be loud to be real. I am not trying to make every small action magical. Sometimes I simply have energy to release, or I hear something you cannot hear, or I notice a change you would sleep through. But even then, I am still moving inside the world we share. I am still returning to your side, your scent, your warmth, and the place where I feel safe. The night shows a side of me you may never fully see, but it has always been happening beside you. Maybe I am just a cat, but when you sleep, I am still loving you in the dark. I do not need you to wake up and see every quiet thing I do for it to matter. I may touch your face to check on you, guard the hallway, press my paws into your blanket, or watch a corner you cannot understand. I may groom your hair because your scent feels like home, or blink slowly at a face that will never blink back. Some love does not ask to be noticed. Some trust happens softly beside you while the world is still in its own silent little way. Have you ever noticed something your cat does while you sleep?